Hello students, in the last class we stopped discussing here. Antonio speaks to Bassanio. Well, tell me now, what is the saint to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of? Well, tell me now, Bassanio, who is the lady to whom you have promised to visit secretly, and you have promised that you would tell me about her today. Bassanio, it is not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate by something showing a more swelling pot than my faint means would grant continuance. The meanings and explanations of the words or the phrases underlined are given here. So statements means and explanation of this line is also given here. So Bassanio says to Antonio, Antonio, it is known to you that how much money I have spent by living in a rather grand style, or by living an extravagant life like any other nobleman, and in that way I have spent, or I have destroyed my wealth, my meager wealth, my little wealth. Okay, I have spent my little wealth by living an extravagant life than my income would permit me to spend. So from this it is clear that Bassanio, like any youth, has been leading an extravagant life, spending money more than one's income. So Bassanio too has spent all his wealth. He has spent all his income, and moreover that he has borrowed money from others too, and he spent that borrowed money also. Nor do I now make moan to be abridged from such a noble rate. So Antonio already knew that Bassanio has used up all his money, and he has borrowed money, and he spent that money too. So everything is known to Antonio because Antonio is Bassanio's best friend. So everything is known to Antonio. Now Bassanio says, it is very sure that Bassanio can no longer live a noble life because he doesn't have that much money. Even though Bassanio belongs to a noble family, he doesn't have the money to live like a noble man, and he doesn't complain about that. Okay, Bassanio does not complain that he can no longer live a grand life. He can no longer live in a great style. But my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts wherein my time, something too prodigal, hath left me caged. But my chief concern, or my main worry, is to come out of the great debts as a young man who spends too much money. I am now in great debt because of spending too much money. Now I am in great debt, and I would like to come out of those great debts. So my main worry now is to come out of my heavy debts. which I am in due to my youth and its extravagant lifestyle. So he wishes to come out of those great debts in an honorable way, in a fair way, in a good way. So why he is in debt? His youth and his extravagant lifestyle has caused him to be a debtor to someone else, or this resulted in, or this made him a great debtor in his youth. To you, Antonio, I owe the most in money and in love. So both in terms of money and in love, Bassanio owes the most to Antonio. It means Antonio has helped Bassanio by providing money and also by giving his love. And from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe. So, your love towards me is making me reveal to you all my plans and my intentions to clear off all the debts I owe, or to free myself from all the debts I owe. So because your love towards me, I am going to reveal my plans and my intentions to come out of the debts in a fair manner. So from this passage we got the nature of Bassanio, that Bassanio is a young youth who likes to indulge in pleasures, who spends money carelessly, and who has also borrowed money from Antonio has spent that too. But the thing is, Bassanio is not concerned about the fact that he can no longer live a noble life, but his main concern is to come out of those debts which the youth and his extravagant life have gifted him. And he has also planned a fair way to come out of all those heavy debts. So now Bassanio is going to reveal to Antonio his plans. Antonio, I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. So I request you, Bassanio, to reveal your plans to me. Let me know your plans. And if it stand, as you yourself still do, within the eye of honor. Now, if your plans also are honorable like the person like you, so if your plans are also honorable as you, be assured, then make sure that my purse, my money, my person, myself, my extremist means, the greatest money or the most possible, or my almost all my resources or all my wealth, lie all and lot to your occasions, will be available to you or will be open to you. So if your plan is also as honorable as yourself, then it is very sure that my money, myself and all my wealth will be available to you if your plan is honorable, if your plan is fair, if your plan is with good intention. Bassanio, in my school days, when I had lost one shaft, here shaft means arrow, I shot his fellow. Here fellow means the arrow of the same flight. The explanation is given here. Fellow means a similar arrow. Arrows of the same flight were identical. Arrows of the same flight were similar as regards length, weight, etc. So it means all the arrows of the same flight are of the same length, same weight and with all the same measurement. And therefore sure to go the same direction. So all the arrows of the same flight will definitely go the same direction if shot under the same conditions. So if all the arrows are shot under the same conditions, then all the arrows fly in the same direction. So that is the theory. So it means whenever Bassanio lost one arrow, then he will shoot another arrow of the same flight under the same conditions, and this time he will more carefully watch the direction of the second arrow, or will watch more carefully the flight of the second arrow in order to find the first arrow which is lost. Okay, so when Bassanio loses one arrow, he will shoot another arrow of the same flight under the same condition, and this time he will more carefully watch the direction of the arrow, and in that way he is able to find both the arrows. So, and by adventuring both, I oft found both. So in this way, Bassanio was successful often in finding both the arrows. Both the arrows means the first one which is lost and the second one which is shot, in order to find the first one. I urge this childhood proof because what follows is pure innocence. I am giving you this example because my plan, or what I am going to say now, is a harmless plan. So the plan that I am going to propose now is harmless. I owe you much, Antonio, my dear friend Antonio. I owe so much to you. And like a willful youth, so like any self-willed youth who do something according to their own wish, not according to the wish of others. Young people usually do something only based on their wish. They don't give importance to others' wish. So like any self-willed youth, I have also lost the money I have borrowed from you. But if you please to shoot another arrow that self-way, which you did shoot the first. Now, Antonio, if you please, or if you wish to give me money again as you gave me money before. Now he is comparing this to the shooting of arrow. Why he says so? Because whenever he lost one arrow, what he did is he would shoot another arrow to find both. So in the same way, Bassanio has already borrowed money from Antonio and he lost that money. It means he spent those borrowed money. Now what he wishes is, if Antonio wishes to give him money again as he gave before, I do not doubt. Then Bassanio is very sure that as I will watch the aim, this time Bassanio will spend the money very carefully, or to find both, to repay both debts. The debt he has already borrowed and the debt now he is going to borrow from Antonio. So by spending the money more carefully this time, he will repay all the loans taken from Antonio. Or even if he is not able to repay the first debt, bring your latter hazard back again. Bassanio will try to repay the second debt at any rate, even if he is unable to repay the first one. So Bassanio wishes to repay both the debts, but if he is not able to repay both the debts, then at least Bassanio will repay the second debt at any rate, and thankfully rest debtor for the first. So at any rate, Bassanio will repay the second debt, and for the first debt, he will remain as a grateful or a thankful debtor for the rest of his life. It means if he is not able to repay the first debt, he will definitely repay the second debt, and for the first debt, he will remain as a grateful debtor to Antonio forever. So it shows that now Bassanio has a good plan and he is ready to repay both the loans, or at least the second loan, and he will remain a great debtor or a grateful debtor to Antonio forever. Antonio, you know me well, and herein spent but time to wind about my love with circumstance. Bassanio, you know me well, and by referring to my love to you in such a complicated manner, you are just wasting time. Because you know that I love you and I am always ready to help you. So, instead of asking money in such a complicated way, you are just wasting time. There is no need of referring to my love to you. You are simply wasting time. And indeed, and out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost than if you had made waste of all I have. And you are not only wasting time, but indeed you do me now more wrong in doubting my readiness to give my all wealth to you. So now by doing this, you are doubting my readiness, you are doubting my willingness to provide you all the wealth I have. So by this doubting, you are doing me more wrong than if you had spent all the money I have. So you are doing me wrong by doubting me or doubting my readiness than you spending or than you destroying all the wealth I have. So destroying my whole wealth is similar to doing an unfair thing to Antonio, but doubting his readiness to help Bassanio is more wrong than spending all the money of Antonio. By simply doubting his questioning the trust of Antonio or questioning the readiness of Antonio to help Bassanio than if you would spend all the money I have. So it is sinner than spending one's resources or one's wealth. So doubting the trust of a friend is more wrong than spending all the resources or all the wealth of a friend. Then do but say to me what I should do, that in your knowledge may be done, and I am pressed unto it, therefore speak. So instead of saying so much about my love to you, say to me what I should do. If you think that I am able to help you, then please tell me. So please, so if you believe that I am able to help you, then please tell me I am ready. If you believe that I am able to help you, then please say me what I should do, and I am quite ready to do it. Okay. So if you believe that I can help you, then please tell me what I should do, and I will be ready to do it. Therefore, speak. Therefore, tell me what I should do. If you believe I can do it, then I am all ready to help you. Bassanio. In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word, of wondrous virtues. So now Bassanio comes to the point instead of trying to address his issue directly to Antonio. In Belmont, so there is a place called Belmont. Now in Belmont, there is a lady who has inherited a great amount of wealth from her father. And she is fair, and that lady is very beautiful. So she is rich, she is beautiful, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtues. And she is fairer, she is more than fair, because she is a lady of virtues. So fairer than that word, better than fair, a thing that is fairer, a thing that is more fair. Portia is beautiful as well as virtuous, which makes her more beautiful than the beauty of her face. So Portia is a lady who is virtuous, a lady who is with good manners, a lady who is very respected because of her well behavior. Okay, she is a lady with morally upright views, or she is a morally upright lady. She is a very good lady. So as she is a morally upright lady, and that quality makes her even fairer than her physical appearance. So her good manner makes her fairer than her outward appearance. So she is a good lady with a good nature, and because of her good nature she seems to be more beautiful. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. So sometimes he was able to read like silent messages that she loves him from her eyes. So it means that Bassanio has already met Portia, and during their meeting Bassanio was able to understand that Portia loves him. So he was able to understand that from her eyes, because her mannerisms or her eyes has revealed the fact that she also loves him. So Portia is a very rich lady. She is beautiful in her appearance, and also she is a lady with good manners or with good behavior. So that makes her good nature makes her even more beautiful than her face, than her beautiful face. And Bassanio has already got a hint from her eyes that she too loves him. That means speechless messages, silent messages. he received from her eyes. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter Brutus's Portia. So a reference is given here. Portia here is compared to Portia in Julius Caesar. So you know that Julius Caesar was a Roman dictator, a Roman general. He was very famous. He was a very good leader. So Portia is compared to Portia in Julius Caesar, like in the drama Julius Caesar, who was the daughter of Cato. So Portia in Julius Caesar was the daughter of Cato, and Cato was a Roman statesman. So Cato was a very respectable person in Rome, and Portia is the daughter of Cato. And Portia was the wife of Brutus, and Brutus was a very brave Roman general, and he was also the leader of the conspiracy against killing Julius Caesar. Now Portia, who was the wife of Brutus, was a young lady who was very beautiful and who was very educated too. She had much knowledge and she was beautiful and she was very young too. So Portia was a very popular lady and she was the wife of Brutus and the daughter of Cato. Now here Bassanio says the Portia in Belmont is not inferior to the Portia who was the daughter of Cato and the wife of Brutus. This Portia is also as equal as the Portia of Brutus's wife Portia. Nor is the white world ignorant of her worth, and the whole world knows Portia's worth. The whole world knows that Portia is a very rich lady with a good behavior, and she is beautiful too. So the whole world knows these facts. For the four winds blow in from every coast renowned suitors. So Portia is a beautiful, rich, virtuous lady. So suitors from the four parts of the world comes to Belmont to win Portia, to win the heart of Portia. Famous suitors from the four directions of the world sails to Belmont to win Portia, to win the love of Portia. So many men come to Belmont to woo Portia or to court Portia. So woo or court, or to get the love of Portia. And her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, and the bright hair of Portia hangs on her forehead like a golden fleece. Now golden fleece, the reference of golden fleece is given here. The reference is made to the ancient Greek legend. So this is a story from the Greek mythology. Fleece refers to the crop of wool of a sheep, okay, or ram. So it refers to the crop of wool of a sheep or a male goat. A famous hero called Jason with his companions the Argonauts. So Argonauts are 18 heroes, and they got this name because they sail in the ship named Argo, and the ship is named Argo after the builder. So Jason, along with his companions the Argonauts, went on a dangerous voyage to Colchis on the east coast of the Black Sea in search of the golden fleece which was fastened to or which was tied to an oak tree by the local ruler of that place, and the fleece was guarded or the fleece was protected by a dragon who never sleeps. Jason obtained the golden fleece with the help of his sorcerer wife Medea. So sorcerer means one who is able to perform magic, or the witch, we say witchcraft, one who is able to perform magic. So Jason's wife was Medea, who was able to perform magic. So because of her magical power, Jason was able to obtain the golden fleece, which was tied to an oak tree and guarded by a dragon. Before that also, Jason has to pass 3 tests, and Medea helped him to pass all the 3 dangerous or risky tasks, and he at last obtained the golden fleece. And golden fleece, it is believed that golden fleece has healing powers, magical healing powers, and also golden fleece symbolizes authority and kingship. And the reason for Jason to go in search of golden fleece to rightly become the king, the next king, or to rightly become the successor of his father. So only if he is able to obtain the golden fleece, he will become the successor to his father. And he succeeded in his attempt. So that is the story about the golden fleece. Now Bassanio says that the bright hair that hangs on the forehead, temple here means forehead, of Portia is like the golden fleece. So you know that the golden fleece will be curly and golden in color. Likewise, Portia's hair is also curly and golden, which makes her seat of Belmont Colchis Strand. And many Jasons come in quest of her. So her home is like the land of Colchis. So the Belmont is like the land of Colchis, and to that place many Jasons. Here it means many suitors come in search of her. It means many Jasons from the whole part of the world come to win the love of Portia. O my Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them. Now Bassanio says, O my dear Antonio, if I have the wealth to compete with the other suitors. So if I have the wealth, if I have enough wealth to present myself as an eligible suitor to Portia, and if I have the wealth to compete with the suitors, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate. So if I have the money to present myself as a worthy suitor and to compete with the other suitors, then I am very sure, or without any doubt, I can say that I will definitely be fortunate to win Portia's love. So Bassanio here believes that he is able to win Portia without any doubt if he has the money to compete with the other suitors. If he is able to compete with the other suitors, then he is sure to win Portia's love, because he already got hints that she loves him.